Like that's just me stopping my awful, god awful dancing. You know you don't need to see that. Also, like just stop listening to a song that's like really catchy because like I wanted to record a video. So like yeah, but guess what? Today is the second day of school. It's a Friday, so I don't have to suffer through school for 2 more days, which is fantastic. I know, like dramatic, really, because like literally it's only been the second day of school. But like you know, whatever. Okay, I'm taking what I can get. Okay, like I'm taking what I can get. um, but I'm like really happy today because okay, a lot of things happened where I know if I was like in a really fixed mindset or if it was in a very negative mindset or if I was still in my self-hate mode, if I was like on a bad day today and this stuff happened, it would negatively impact me. But because I'm having a positive day, it positively impacted me and like I'm happy today. Because I talked to my counselor today and we ended up talking about ADHD and of course, because it's so fresh, I ended up crying. That's actually not why I ended up crying because I've started to like accept that I have ADHD and like have finally like started to like I mean, I still like it's okay. It's like 60-40 right now where I see it as a problem, but I've also learned to just like accept it's just one of my flaws when it's not a flaw and I'm like trying and I know that it's not a flaw and it shouldn't be a flaw, but it's still a flaw because just like just society is like I mean society is changing a lot, especially in our younger generation. Like we are changing and it's amazing and I love our generation. Everyone will hate on our generation because of how sheltered we are and like how well we're not actually like sheltered, like quite the opposite, but we're so absorbed in our phones and like we disconnect from reality. But that may be true, and we also might be like legitimately addicted to our phones and social media. I'm not, but or at least I don't think I am. Like I'm not on social media constantly. Like I'll contact people on social media, but like it's not like I'm texting them constantly. Like I don't really do that. Like okay, anyways, I just don't really see the point. Like what does your like I've never really been into the whole social status kind of shit. But a lot of people in my generation are, and like there's this whole stigma around like we're all self-centered and blah 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 blah. Blah. I've talked about millennials stigmas before. Yeah, but like just no, I don't want to get into it. Anyways, lost my train of thought. But I actually really love our generation because we're so accepting. I mean, they're like overall, I would say we're very accepting and we're open-minded. Way more open-minded than any other generation has ever been in the history of like humanity. Like I mean, history has been like skewed a lot based off of the storytellers. So you're never ever gonna get like a straight freaking story of history. But throughout history, there has never been a time where we've been this open-minded, I think. And that's pretty incredible. And it's because we have social media. We have such like a viable source of communication with everyone around the globe. And like we're so open-minded because we have the option to communicate with someone who's like suffering halfway across the world or someone who's like different halfway across the world because we can communicate instead of being closed off and sheltered because of lack of communication, because of lack of technology. And we have that technology to communicate like instantaneously with someone who's like halfway across the world in like literally 2 seconds. And I mean, sure, that can be a bad thing, but it also can be a really good thing. So, and I think the way that it has become a really good thing is we're like we're literally the most open-minded generation like in existence basically, and like we're so great. Like I love how open-minded we are and like how accepting we are, especially in my school. I feel like my school like is very liberal and is like really great. I mean, we have like some people, like obviously you're always going to have like certain people, but for the most part my school is like really great and I love my school. But um like I don't know, I just like let all my fears and insecurities turn into like fear of everybody else. And like just it's hard. I'm working on it. But yeah, I ended up talking to my counselor today. She contacted me, told me that like she was going to like look through my learning patterns because she doesn't know what to look for because my past schools like experiences, like I don't really have the best documentation of it because I've always been kind of known as like the goody two shoes, like the smart kid, even though I'm not that smart. Like I'm average at best. It's just that I'm quiet, like quiet because I'm like normally pretty shy, and like I try to pay attention. And because I'm quiet, they think I'm paying attention, but really, like I get really distracted. Like, and I don't even realize I'm tuning out until like I realize I'm tuning out like an hour later, and then I'm like, oh, I missed like half the period. Whoops. Or sometimes with math, like I try too hard, and then it's like I'm trying so hard on trying to pay attention that like it just passes over my head because I'm like, I gotta try, I gotta pay attention, I'm working on paying attention, I'm paying attention. And then I'm so focused on paying attention that I don't pay attention. Like, if that makes sense. And like, it's really hard. And also, I think I have test anxiety, as well, which is great. Like, wow, like, makes a lot of sense. Because, on tests like that I'm comfortable in, like English tests, I do great on because like I'm confident in that class, so I don't have any anxiety about it. But like math, hell no. Science, hell no. Any AP like slash like up class like good smart people class, like no. Like I literally just blank. Like I'm staring at the paper and I literally cannot remember anything. Like hardly at all. And the stuff that I do remember is like from elementary school, and it's like 2 plus 2, or like a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Like that's elementary school level algebra, and I'm just over here like we're literally in like math of high school, and I'm over here like going through algebra from like elementary school. Like what is wrong with me? I thought something was wrong with me. And I mean, there is something kind of wrong with me. Like I have ADHD. But also, like my counselor was talking to me, and she said that I might have test anxiety too, because she said that some of my classes like science, like I'm pretty good in science, and my homework grades are pretty great, but when I do my homework, because the thing that I do like a lot, which is horrible, I know, but like if I'm struggling in one subject, like all of my subjects struggle. Like all of them do, even if I'm great in them. Like even my English class last year, my English class, I got a C in, and I've never gotten a C in English ever before, but it was because I was so stressing about my math, and I was like so stressed about my math that like my stress like contributed to all of my classes. So I was basically stressed in all of my classes because I had lost confidence and like started like hating on myself because of that one subject, and then it just applied to all of my subjects, even the ones that I was good at. Like it was horrible. I hated last year, like educationally. Like last year, like I had a lot of growth, like emotionally and everything, but like in like education wise, I was stuck, and it was my own fault because I didn't like realize that I was stuck. Like I was kind of just like, this is my fault, and I put myself in a rut. And I was like, this is my fault. Like, I'm not trying hard enough. And it wasn't that I wasn't trying hard enough. It was that I was putting all of the pressure on myself when I had people that could support me. Like, I had a counselor who I was too afraid to go to because I was really shy and insecure. Fun. I had a therapist. Well, I didn't have a therapist, but I could have reached out and gotten a therapist like I did this year. I have a lot of friends that are really smart. Not exactly helpful with the self-confidence, but sure, they're really smart, because a lot of the friends that I have are kind of like they don't really fit in a certain clique because like they don't really have like one specific thing that like puts them in like one of those little areas, which we don't really have that many cliques at our school anyways, but like because it's high school, like there's inevitably going to be a clique, or one or two or three or four, or just a lot. Even like subtle ones, like even ones just like from your class, like your extra, like your, I was about to say extraterrestrial, like wow, Angela, like you have aliens in your school, like really? No, like extracurricular activities, and then they like form these little cliques in those extracurricular activities, and that's fine, just like don't like do too much of it, sweetie. Like, just don't. Please stop. Like, no. I hate cliques. Like, I can't stand them. They're so freaking ridiculous. Like, redonkulous. Like, oh my gosh. Literally, I heard redonkulous like a day, like maybe 3 days ago. And now I cannot stop saying the word redonkulous. Like, literally. Ugh, it's so hard. I don't know why. Like my temple is throbbing. But, like, it's only on this side. What about this side, boo? Like, equity? Like, equality? Like, equilibrium? Like, boy. I'm literally using all of the words that I know that have equa in it. Because, like, that's what I know it means equal. But, not exactly smart. Actually, it was so funny. I kind of, like, remembered the gist of the word finesse. And so I was joking around that I have, like, no finesse whatsoever. And this girl that I was talking about, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I made this friend, like, yesterday. Like, she was struggling with her computer, and I was struggling with my computer. And I was like, sister, I'm going to help you out. Because, like, girl, I'm struggling too. Like, bitch, like, it's hard, okay? And I'm not good at technology, like, at all. Like, I just am an old woman, okay? And so, like, I was, like, helping her out, and, like, or trying to, and, like, I was doing okay, and then we ended up talking, and she was helping me that she was Spanish exchange student, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, and then she was telling me that, like, how she, like, hadn't made any friends yet, and, like, she's, like, it really surprised me, because she's literally gorgeous, like, she's literally, like, she's 5'11", that is literally, like, prime model height. She's gorgeous. Like, she's half Spanish and half Middle Eastern. She speaks both Arabic and Spanish and English. Like, oh my gosh, like, Jesus, like, save me. Like, I'm, like, gonna have a heart attack of beauty right next to me, because, like, literally, she's, like, so amazing. Like, I don't even understand. And she's, like, so humble and sweet, too, at the same time. I'm like, boo. I mean, she's one of the few people that I've ever, like, really purely thought of, like, platonically, like, when I first met her. So, like, yeah. But, like, never gonna go that way. Like, but also, like, she's just, like, a cool person, and, like, she's gonna do some stuff. Like, you can just tell. Yeah, she's just really cool. I love her. I say, like, the word love a lot, but I just hate, like, secluding, like, people. Like, I just hate doing that. So, like, if I say I love you to my best friend and there are other people around, like, even if I don't really know them, I'm just being like, I love you guys, and I just leave. Because, like, I don't want to be like, oh, I love you, like, insert name of best friend here. Like, I'm not gonna, like, single them out and, like, target them and then, like, ignore everybody else. Like, that just feels wrong. Like, I've had that been done to me so many times, and it's so fucked up, and I'm, like, fed up with, like, people doing that. Like, it's so, like, just no. Like, don't do that. Like, are you kidding? Like, I don't understand how people can just ignore, like, for example, like, there's this one girl today who I was just shocked by. She's so sweet. Like, why aren't people friends with her? Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, how are you, like, literally this girl's a senior, and she's been at my high school for, like, 4 years now, or, like, 3 years now. This is gonna be her 4th year. She's a senior, and she's really pretty. Like, she's kind of shy, and she's, like, really soft-spoken, but, like, that just means she's, like, sweeter. Like, you know, like, just... Anyways, so, like, she was, like, I was sitting alone at lunch because, like, literally my one friend that I'm actually close to has first lunch. So, like, literally I was just sitting alone being like, okay, well, I'm just going to be eating alone. It's fine, whatever. I just chose the shade, but, like, ended up being, like, the teacher was like, boo, you need to move out of the shade because, like, this area is restricted because it was kind of close to the back gate. And I was like, well, okay. And by kind of close to the back gate, I mean it was near the bathrooms that were the closest to the back gate, which means it was, like, literally, like, at least 30 feet from the back gate. So, like, literally, like, it didn't, like, it was, like, to me, it didn't seem that close, but apparently, like, that's off limits, so whatever, fine, like, get me out of the shade and into the sun, whatever, fine, whatever. So, I did that, and then, like, I was, like, going there, and then, that, like, the one girl, who I was talking about, like, the girl who's, like, really shy and, like, sweet, I didn't even, like, know, like, who she was just, like, walking past me, and she was, like, staring at me, and I was like, okay, it's a bit odd, and I was like, maybe I'm just imagining it, like, because sometimes when I get, like, a little bit anxiety, like, I just imagine people staring at me, because, like, you know, not exactly, like, like freaking normal, you know? Also, like, maybe people are judging me because I'm like eating alone at lunch. Like, who does that in their junior year of high school? Me, bitch, because like honestly, I don't fucking care. Like, I have people that I know care about me, and just because they're not there doesn't mean that I need to affiliate myself with people that I wouldn't normally, because like I don't like them. I'm not gonna pretend I like them just because I don't want to be alone. Like, I'm perfectly fine with being alone. So like I was just eating alone, eating my food, like just being like, bitch, like hurry up, like I'm ready for lunch to be over, like I want my food done, and like just gonna like play on my phone or some shit, and then or people watch because I love people watching, even though I don't really like interacting with those people. Like I love people watching. So I was like watching that girl who's like watching me, like walking past me like a couple times. She did like maybe 3 or 4 laps, like just walking back and forth past me, and I was like, boo, you got something to say? Like, why do you keep staring at me? And like finally, like I looked up at her, because like I wasn't kind of like looking at her straight in the eye. I was just kind of like glancing at her and then like looking away, because I have a thing with looking people in the eye. I just don't like doing it. Like, it makes me uncomfortable. Like it just does. Like, I can look at someone in the eye for like maybe 2 seconds, and then I gotta glance away. Like, I can look in your general direction. I can look at your face. I can't look in your eyes directly, sweetie. Like, that is intense. Like, who just stares in your eyes, like, the whole conversation? Like, that's a lot. That's too much. Like, that's, nope. So, so I was, like, kind of glancing at her, so I didn't think she noticed that I noticed her. But then, like by the, like, 4th lap, I kind of, like, looked up directly in her eyes, and she, like, noticed, like, she was looking at me, so she, like, we made eye contact, basically, and she looked all, like, shocked that I noticed her. I was like, boo, like, you weren't exactly being subtle, but, like, sure. And she was like, hi, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute! And I was like, ah! Oh my god, like, she's adorable! And I was like, oh my god, I want to give her a hug, like, oh my god, but, like, I was like, Angela, calm down. Like, I know you have ADHD, and, like, you're freaking, like, you just, I, like, literally just, like, I get overexcited over the stupidest things. So, also, I talk, like, a mile a minute, so, like, I was like, Angela, calm down, like, you need to be chill, like, she's gonna freak the frick out and run away, like, you're gonna scare this little beautiful mouse, like, you're not doing that, no. And so, she, like, said hi in the most, like, adorable soft voice ever. Like, I love shy people. Like, they're just so cute because I can relate to them so much. And, like, I love helping people, okay? Like, I just do. Like, I just love helping people. Like, I don't think I could ever be a leader. I know, like, I could potentially have the qualities of being a leader. It's just not my style. Like, I really love supporting people. But I hate attention. Like, that's not one of my things. Like, I don't like attention. And I don't want to be, like, a leader. Like, I mean, I'll take up a leader position if it's, like, there's no one else who's going to be able to do it. But if I see someone who could be a very good leader, but they're not confident to be that leader, like, I'm going to push them to be that leader. Like, I'm that kind of person. Like, I don't take advantage of other people just because they're not, like, because I'm insecure about, like, not being a good enough leader or whatever, and I take up the leader position because I want to be in charge. I'm not looking down on people who do that. Like, that's part of, like, growing and, like, learning to, like, grow up and, like, understand that not every opportunity is an opportunity to take control of situations. But I'm not one of those people who, like, just strikes up and is like, I'm in control here. Like, I control everything. Like, this is a dictatorship. I'm not one of those people. Like, so, like, if there's a leader, like, in the group, like, I will, be like, boo, like, you gotta be, like, the leader, because I'm not gonna take it up. If you're, like, if you can be a better leader than me, then you are gonna be the leader. I don't care if you're uncomfortable. Like, you, sweetie, I'm gonna push you to be the leader, okay? I'm that kind of person. But literally, if there's, like, no one in the group who, like, wants to be a leader, and, like, literally, like, you can just tell that they're not leader-like people, and they're, like, you just can tell. So, like, and I have, like, somewhat leadership qualities, so, like, I will take up leadership then. But, like, usually I don't, because, like, I just don't like the position. Like, it's too much pressure on me. And, like, I hate being in group situations and being in charge and having attention. And when you're a leader, like, that's all you have. And that's not something that I really enjoy. And so I don't force it unless I need to. But anyway, so this girl, like, walked up to me and she started talking to me. She said hi. And I was like, hi, I'm Angela. Who are you? And she's like, oh, I'm, just insert make up a name or whatever. And then I was like, oh, that's nice. And then I was like, she was like, can I sit next to you? And I was like, oh my god, this girl is so cute. And I was like, of course you can, sweetie. Like, oh my god, like, who else am I gonna sit next to me? Like, my best friend Joe, who happens to be imaginary and transgender? Like, are you kidding me? Like, no. Like, you are sitting right here, like, Joe, move your ass, okay? I'm just kidding. I don't actually have an imaginary friend named Joe. That would be pretty cool, though. But anyways, so, like, she, like, sat next to me, and she was so ginger and so cute and so sweet, and I was like, oh, I want to hug her so bad, but I was like, Angela, no, you need to calm down. So I was like, hi, like, what's going on here? Like, why'd you decide to sit next to me? And I was like, I thought it was going to be one of those things where she's like, oh, I just saw you were alone, and I wanted to be nice to you, but she was like, oh, like, I don't have anyone to sit next to, and so, like, you look nice, and I was like, oh, she thinks I look nice? Well, that's a very nice compliment. I mean, it's not exactly true, sweetie, but like, thank you for the compliment. You're the true angel in this situation. I'm like, Jesus, she's like so angelic. Like, oh my God, she's so pure and so sheltered. Like, she was telling me a little bit about her family a little bit, because she's like, I'm guessing she's Russian. She kind of looks Russian. She kind of acts Russian. And she's telling me about her family, and her family's big. They're big design of being Russian or Ukrainian. I'm just saying, like, sweetie. So she's telling me, like, she has a big family, and she usually eats, like, lunch with her family, because, like, at least one of them has lunch with her. But none of them did this time. And I was like, oh, like, I'm sorry. Like, and then I said, like, that she can, like, sit with me, like, tomorrow, too, if she wants to. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's great. And then, like, came up with a meeting spot. And, so, yeah, like, hopefully, if, like, I see other people that, like, she would probably get along with, I'm going to introduce her to them and be like, yo, like, this is insert name. Like, she's a really sweet girl. Like, please help her. Like, I'm, like, going to assist her, but, like, I'm not, like, permanent friend material for most people. Like, I just am not. Like, I am not that kind of person. Like, I'm not the person who has, like, a million friends. I'm the kind of person who has, like, a million acquaintances / strangers who I will sometimes help and I will sometimes understand, but usually not that well. And yeah, but then people like her, like, I just feel the need to help. Like, I can't just sit by and let her, like, just be alone. Like, I didn't know that she was gonna be alone. Like, I was just gonna be like, just no. I don't understand how people can. I mean, I know peer pressure and conformity and stuff, but, like, I literally have lived in conformity my entire life. Well, my life so far, and I'm fed up with it. Like, once I broke free of my mom, like, I'm breaking free of every little fucking box that anyone tries to put me in, because I'm fed up with boxes, okay, sweetie? Like, you try to put me in another box, and I'm gonna break your fucking arm, okay? Like, like, I'm just so tired of it. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm gonna put you in the place if you try and push me in a certain direction that I don't want to be pushed in, okay, sweetie? Like, and I will stand up for those who are being shoved around who don't know how to stand up for themselves yet. And I will teach them how to stand up for themselves, because that's just a thing that you need to know. Like, you can't just let people just talk to you and, like, ignore you and push you around like you're a piece of shit, because you're not a piece of shit, okay? Like, everyone has purpose. Everyone has something that they're going to do with their life that's going to be amazing, whether they know it or not. And if they know it, then that's great. Like, you don't need me. Like, I don't need you. Like, we don't need each other. Like, just move on with your life, sweetie. But if you do need someone to help you, then I will be there for you. Like, it may not be permanently. I may just be a stepping stone for you to get to your final destination or your path in life. But, like, I'm going to be there to help you, whether you ask for it or not. Like, if you, like, don't think you need help, but I know you need help, I'm gonna fucking help you, okay? Like, and then once my job is done, I'm gonna be leaving, and I'm gonna be like, go fly, butterfly, because, like, you deserve it, and I helped you on your path, so, like, bye-bye. I don't see the need to cling on to things that don't need to be clung on to. So if you're clinging on to a friendship that is done, and, like, it's run its course, then let it go. Like, you'll find other people. Like, you don't need to stay with someone the rest of your life. Like, everyone moves on, everyone changes. Like, you just need to roll with the flow. And if you end up being alone for, like, a short period of time, I mean, it kind of sucks. It's kind of lonely, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I won't pretend that I love being alone, but sometimes you do need to be alone for a while to learn some things about yourself. And sometimes you do need to be alone to observe other people and to know who you need in your life and who you don't need in your life. So, like, there is good things in being alone, and there are also very bad things about being alone. But, I mean, they even each other out, I think. So basically, I was talking to my counselor, and we opened up, and I felt bad because I felt like I kind of was prejudiced to her because, like, I feel like she kind of matched my like personality when I was talking to her. So like I was very professional / scared and nervous whenever I talked to her before, and never really opened up. And I feel like she noticed that, so she tried to be as professional as possible. And didn't realize how like nice and awesome she could be because she's like pretty cool. Like she even let me cuss in her room, her office for a little bit. It was kind of funny. I mean, I didn't cuss like a lot. Like I just like cussed like one word, and then I was like, oh my god. And she's like, no, it's fine. Like if you can't find another word to say, like then you can say it. And I was like, oh my god, sweetie, like thank you, love you too. Like poop. And because really I just like love people in general. Well, not everyone. Like most people. Like I think like they have at least one quality to love, and I think people like overestimate the power of love, or they either overestimate it and they think that love is something that you need to like savor for like special people. But I really think that love can be for anyone. Like, you can be for a stranger on the street. Like, you can just be like, yo, I love you. Like, you look fucking bomb today. Love you. Bye. Like, literally, like, I think people, like, overestimate the power of love and the word love. Because it's literally just 4 letters. And they mean so much to so many different people. But they can also, like, it just make someone's day. Like, even if it kind of, like, just, I don't know. I feel like people overestimate the word love. In my opinion. Like, I mean, it's a lot of times people say love is like a romance thing or like a very private thing, when I really think it shouldn't be. Like, love should be for anyone and everyone. So, like, if someone opens a door for you, you can be like, thanks, love you, bye. Like, I mean, I know, like, that's kind of weird. But, like, just try it, and, like, you'll see, like, they might smile. Like, you know, like, why not make someone's day, even if you're being a little bit weird? I mean, that's kind of what I do every day. Make someone's day by accident by making them laugh because I'm so stupid and like clumsy and like awkward and like but hey, I can't help it, so whatever. At least I'm making someone happy, even if it's for the wrong reasons. Whatever, made your day, right? Like, oh my god, that girl was so dorky. Like, she literally ran into a wall and then she fell in the same instant. Like, are you kidding? And I would be like, you're welcome. Like, I made your day. Like, I made a story to tell, so, you know what? Whatever. Also, journalism, I'm so excited. Like, I know everyone in the class, pretty much, and, like, everyone, like, pretty much, like, knows me somewhat a little bit, and, like, everyone's awesome. Like, they're great, and, like, I'm comfortable with them, and they're very accepting, and, like, I'm not kind of being cliqued to the side and, like, pushed to the side and being like, you're not important enough, like, you don't know enough, like, you're fine. Because everyone really kind of is a beginner in this class right now. Even though we do know the gist of it, we still kind of are, like, sort of beginners. So we're going to, like, figure it out and grow together, which is super exciting because I love doing that with people. And growing by myself as well, but, like, still, growing with other people is super fun, too. And learning, like, how to run a magazine and how to print and publish a magazine together. And how to, like, come up with our own stories and support other people with their stories. And just, like, it's so amazing. And we've already brainstormed a few ideas, and I brainstormed some great ideas, and I'm not going to say them because I want to save them for when they're in the newspaper or the magazine when I tell them. But, like, I'm so excited, and they're so awesome, and they're so, like, near and dear to my heart that I'm, like, so excited. Like, oh my god, I'm so excited. Like, boo! I'm like, oh my god, I love journalism so much. Like, boo! Like, I'm so excited. Yeah, also I'm trying to encourage my friend in journalism who's next to me. She's, the Spanish exchange student. She's, like, really shy, and she doesn't really know, like, what to talk about. Because, like, our theme for this magazine is, like, mental health, which is, like, perfect for me right now. Like, right? Like, just couldn't be at a better time, right? Yeah. But, I mean, because I've said that, you probably guessed, like, one of the stories I'm going to tell. But anyways, I've been sitting on this pile of literally, like, just, like, at least, like, a dozen of, like, what are these called? Pencils? Colored pencils. And they've been, like, writing up my ass, and I kept, like, being like, oh, my underwear must be, like, giving me a wedgie or some shit. No, Angela, literally, they're pencils. Like, can you not feel anything? Jesus. Anyways, Yes, I did just throw them on the ground. Yes, that is what I do with everything that I don't like. Yes, that is why my room is horrifyingly messy. Okay? I never claimed to be a neat freak or a clean person in general. Okay? Even my mind is dirty. Like, we're just gonna go there, okay? Anyways, I don't know. But anyways, so she's like kind of shy about like what to talk about, and she doesn't really know what to talk about because apparently in Spain they don't really have that many mental health issues, or she doesn't. So like she doesn't really know what to talk about. And I was like, you could tell your story on being an exchange student, what it's like there, and like how it's anxiety inducing there, and what it's like living with a host family and living without your family, and how it's kind of scary but also fun, and how you're making friends here. And she's like, literally, you're like one of my only friends here. And I was like, you make new friends. Like you have an entire year here. Trust me, you'll make friends. But she's like really beautiful. Like I'm sure she's gonna make some friends if she doesn't make a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just putting it out there. Like she's beautiful. Like the girl's beautiful. She doesn't even know it. And that is like literally the perfect combination for people like me, or people who are attracted to the female gender, to swarm. I'm just saying, okay? Like she's literally like a movie star. Like, oh my god, she's already beautiful, but you can tell when she's in her 20s, that girl's gonna be breaking some hearts. Like many, many hearts. Well, I'd probably just be like buried in my books and being like, hi, I'm Darky per usual. Like, what was that laugh? Okay, anyways, I don't know what I was gonna say. But yeah. So I have special classes that my counselor's gonna put me in, but she needs to learn my learning pattern first, for school. Why am I like, well, this is where I end because like literally I'm like, my mind is racing again, and like all the thoughts that I had formulated, like now that I'm going back on them, they're all mixed together, and like I'm just, if I continue talking about this, I don't even have that much time. If I continue to talk about this, it's just gonna be muddled and like even worse. So you know what, we're gonna end it here. But yeah, I'm trying to encourage my friend who's a Spanish exchange student to like go out there more and like turn some heads and like tell her story, because like she has a pretty cool story. She's an exchange student. Like who wouldn't be interested in that? Like, excuse me, if you're not interested in that, then you're like really like very closeted interested in that, or you're just very sheltered and dumb or ignorant. My bad, ignorant is a better word for that. But still, yeah. And oh my god, she's part Arabic. What if she's like had any like any like racism towards her? Like maybe she should talk about that as well. Like, oh my god, like the ideas. Oh my god, the ideas. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna talk to her later about it. So like, yeah. Anyways, this is the end of the video because like literally like I cannot continue anymore because it's gonna stop. Okay, Betty, bye.